So we've got the results of the 2019 European elections. And the story is, we've got a bunch of numbers. People have gone out to vote, the votes have been counted, here are the numbers. Those are the facts. That's the story. You could cover that in a 2-minute article. People have voted, here are the results, boom, finish. Next story. However, what you've got is hours and hours of news analysis. You've got politicians coming on and giving their interpretation of these facts. Now, if you watch enough of these, you will notice how invariably each politician interprets the facts, the bunch of numbers, in a different way. Invariably in their favour. Somehow they've come out quite well with these numbers. So that should alert you to the possibility that there might be other news stories where interpretations differ. Even though the facts are undisputed, the interpretations differ. And that leads me on to my next point about why does the mainstream media spend so much time covering these stories? Remember, it's just a bunch of numbers. Why have they spent hours and hours covering this story? Who's decided that that time warrants covering this story? And then they've got to fill that time. How do they do it? Well, the obvious thing is maybe get some people on the show to give their opinion about what's going on or how they think it might be developing or whatever. So what you've got here now is really a chat show. That's what it is, where people come on, give their worthless opinion. However, it's operating under the banner of a news programme. So it's misrepresentation. People are watching the programme ostensibly thinking, I'm watching news. But no, it's a chat show. And what they forget to ask is, wait a minute, why has this particular person been invited onto the chat show? What's the bias there? Why them particularly? So that's the worrying aspect. And it doesn't matter how intelligent you are, your background, your education, etc. All this leaves an impression on you. Because everything that you encounter leaves an impression. And if you get enough of these encounters, the cumulative effect is to influence the way you think about an issue. And so, I mean, the European vote, to my mind, was just a proxy referendum. Are you in or out? Vote for the party that most represents your particular view. And yet, when you watch the news, the suggestion is, oh, if you extrapolate this to a general election, blah, blah, they're infusing all these aspects to it which don't exist. They're not there. They have made stuff up. So that's my particular concern, and I think that needs to be addressed. It needs to be highlighted so that we become aware the news has become effectively a chat show. It's no longer about the facts.